maybe why they're pulling everybody back. I thought maybe they were going to stack over towards B. I was like, that's a little strange, you know, but whatever floats your boat.
We'll be sure to keep you guys updated as soon as we know what is the cause of the pause. But, you know, it gives us a little bit more time to talk about kind of our expectations coming into things. I don't know how I feel about the Astra, because it is patch 3.0. And she got some nerfs. I don't think she's as strong as she used to be. We were kind of talking about if we were Brimstone appreciators or Brimstone haters in the new patch. I was a little bit more in the Brim camp than you were, but I think that Astra is still here to play, and I think we're going to see that. I think her time to shine is when she is kind of that secondary controller, along with either a Viper or maybe even a Brim or an Omen, because you can focus on using her a little bit more for those Gravels, a little bit more for those stuns instead of just the Nebulas. I think that these new changes maybe free Astra up a little bit more to be another point of initiation, and in a new no duelist comp, excuse me, I do like that.
Yeah, they've been running the Astra pretty consistently throughout the tournament. There's a variety of reasons why they could be. Reason A being it's still good. You know, it's definitely not as good as it used to be, but there's a post plant meta that can still exist with it, right? It's just going to be a little bit more challenging to play around due to the timings of the duration nerfs that have kind of come through for planting some of that utility. Reason B is comfort, you know, feeling really comfortable with it before. A lot of the changes are just due to the timing of when you can get all of that kind of in motion for Astra. It's not as fast as it used to be, but it could just be comfort. You know, maybe they're practicing the other controllers with Frosty in their kind of scrims, but they might not just be ready to pull it out quite yet. So pause is gone. We're ready for the round, and they are ready to hit a fast.
Yeah, that they are. Cypher Tripwire is placed actually pretty deep, likely kind of an anti-dash play, but the dog is clearing it. Oh, he seems ready for it. Actually gonna spot that out. Tripwire is destroyed, but look at Pancake, so quick, finds precision. B-Dog still walk down mid, could trade this out.
Yeah, oh, a couple of shots. Pancakes now knows that somebody's behind him. B-Dog gets taken down so quickly. The rest of the team here already on the site, playing right behind that bridge, right behind the triple box as well. Noble does find one on the docket, but it's a very quick round for EZ5. A great start. Very, very great start, knowing that this is Noble territory.
Yeah, you're starting to see the two different approaches to Breeze coming into place. Noble with the utility heavy, no duelist comp, and well, it's EZ5. Focus on their aggression. They're putting both Pancakes and Gov to work with their respective duelist. Pancakes especially going huge there with the Reyna. Finds an initial frag. He's able to buy up into things, but boy, let's ignore that because look at this buy. 5 marshals. This is Breeze for you, Simo.
Oh my goodness. I recently saw a clip of Tens just like doing an absolute dumpster dive over towards the A side, and it's with the Marshall that it was able to do that so successfully. And now we're seeing it in action. B-Dog finds the opening pick onto D-Cop around the mid side. They've got a momentary control of the spike, but of course it does end up getting picked up. There's another angle. Precision will have to back away. Takes a little bit of chip damage, but so does Gov, down to 49 here. This pillar has been very deadly for EZ5. We've seen B-Dog particularly play around it a lot, at least for these first 2 opening rounds, and it seems to be working.
There's still the Marshal holding main here. Cypher on the scene. More rotations to come out, but perfect little Viper wall there to keep things at bay. And now this is where the Marshals struggle. It's a retake, but they do have man advantage.
Yeah, so far they do. Spike is, of course, being planted, and the toxic screen is about to fall, which means that their safety is gone. All of Noble here in and around the bridge, ready to push into the site. But they're just waiting for the angles. And EZ5 more than happy to sit around the pyramid. You see that perfectly timed toxic screen, the snake bite coming up. But it's not going to be enough to wrap them around too closely quite yet. Pancake's ready for contact here. Here comes the burn. Oh my goodness! It's a beautiful spray down. Noble only going to find a consolation prize of 2. My goodness, what a hold from EZ5. That's round number 2 in the bag.
It felt like we were watching like the Revolutionary War there. Don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes as they surge their way up the hill. But unfortunately for them, the superior arms of the Spectre work so well. And this is why Viper's so strong on Breeze, because it cuts down these long sight lines. Normally, you think, yeah, fantastic to have the Marshals, but as soon as it comes to a retake and you're blocked off by the Viper, well, it gets that much harder. EZ5, good little shutdown. And what's interesting for me is that they're reinvesting here. They know that their opponent is going to have a rough eco off of that force, so they'll buy up a couple of rifles to work with in this one. Viper Smoke not doing anything, as they've already ran their way onto B.
Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit tricky for Viper to hold on. Viper actually backing away from the toxic screen, the spams. Oh my goodness. But now they've got the spike planted. They're playing around the back of the site. Now the chip of the ice here. There is a stage on the opposite side. Swings good, but B-Dog still manages to find one with the Marshal. Pancakes does not want to play with that fire. Another pick comes in for Gucci. They'll start to push in because they want to get close. They want to deny some of these Marshals. B-Dog with another one through the screen, but he's about to be in a world of hurt. B-Dog is taken down from range by Corsonics. One player remaining. It's Precision who's pushing in from the opposite side. Finds a pick with the Frenzy. But now the swing here from the Alter Ego. 3 rounds in a row. Now, mind you, they were kind of down in eco after the second round force up, but this is a phenomenal start for EZ5.
Do you reckon Breeze is more attacker or defender sided? I haven't like fully made my decision yet. I probably won't until we see the stats out from VCT, but I think the way EZ5 is playing their attack, at least, it's looking really strong to me. The Viper utility setting him up for these quick executes off of just one Sky Flash, and I mean, that's the double duelist for you. It lets him set the pace.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Up against Team Basilisk, EZ5 struggled a little bit on the defensive side. So it's very possible. It's a big map, right? The bigger the map, the more sided it is for the attack, right? It's kind of the way that it plays. Haven, prior to Breeze, felt very big for the defense, right? So much to defend, so much to take care of. But still, like Haven, there's choke points, right? Particularly on this B site. Look at that tight spot. Very difficult to get through, and you could see that they're trying to figure out ways to do that, and B-Dog finds a pick because of it, and lo and behold, the freshest apple off the tree. Governor is down. We got a 4v5 remaining.
Well, good information from Precision there off the jump peak. Still a doable round here for EZ5 because they have the pit. Should it fall through the post plant? Wall is up. Bird as well, but Precision looking to make a play forward.
Oh, he's got the bird, but unfortunately the pit's right there, and the pit is gone as quickly as it goes up. Very well done, but the resurrection's about to come through. They're really committing to this round. They want round number 4 in the bag to counter this buy coming in from Noble. Wall goes up here as well. We've got so many walls, it's hard to keep track of which one is which. The slow orb on the opposite side. As Levi drops back down, Pancakes on the flank, and this is huge. There is a tripwire here, so has to be a little bit careful and cognizant. A little bit of a dink. B-Dog is doing the most right now with the least. Sprays coming in from above, and all EZ5 needs to do is play these angles. B-Dog with 4 on the round. There's a resurrection that comes in as well. There's the flash just down to Corsonics alongside his teammate Sage. The spike sticking, and they need to push in. B-Dog does get taken down by D-Cop. Just down to Payan. They're playing ring around the rosy around the pyramid. Not enough time, but he wants frags. He wants blood. D-Cop can't cross safely, but does so as Payan's looking for Corsonics. That was a tough retake, but EZ5, they put round number 4 on the board.
Yeah, I think the resurrection there went so big. You know, there was not really, I don't think, too much found from the frag department for Gucci, but by bringing him back, you have that wall back into play, and it does so much to make that retake difficult because you have to play past it instead of being able to kind of isolate duels from the long sight lines. And well, speaking of isolating duels, it was Pancakes on the lurk. Not a lot of Reynas like to lurk these days, I feel like, but it can be so strong because the agent allows you to get a frag, get away instantly. I know Calypso back in the day used to do it a ton. He was really strong on it, so I'm kind of loving the way Reyna's getting played in this matchup. I think she could definitely be a strong agent here on Breeze. B-Dog is a bit of a demon with the Marshal, but not this time.
Yeah, he's just a pesky little imp this round. He'll be a demon in rounds to come. Payan has got the Marshal as well. Just poor timing though, as EZ5 swing right into the site as he starts to back away. Looking for a reposition here. Updraft, Tailwind over, still sending those shots in. The Seekers finds a pick. They are starting to find a lot of value with these Marshals. Precision as well on the opposite side. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's bird for bird now. Scorsonics is trying to fight them off. He's going to back away briskly. 3v3 now. Blades are available. They've got the Seekers as well from Precision. These Marshals, somehow, some way, are doing so much. Governor getting up close and personal. Those Marshals are starting to come through. It's looking like a game of Spike Rush, just shots everywhere. But Governor does not care. Absolute domination. That's the 4K and the 5th round.
I feel like Governor was just swatting flies at that point. Just the constant hissing of the Marshals getting the better of him. He was able to finally shut it down. And we get another round here for Noble with rifles. But in this last one, I don't know how I feel about the Marshal buy. Like, I kind of like it in a pug, but in these matches, right, you got to deal with a Viper. You got to deal with Corsonics. Like, they know you're going to have the Marshals. They're not going to give you those free fights at range. So, I don't know. Doesn't work out too well, but it's good damage. If nothing else, there's money into this one for Noble as Corsonics working his Trailblazer forward past the Viper smoke. But look at this lurk up Precision hiding and wait. He gets one double spray down for the Sky. That play could be what Noble needs to get things going.
I just don't know why that goes unchecked. You know, I know it's a little bit of a nerdy spot, but I don't know. I feel like with 2 players swinging, at least one player is going to look. They do find at least one to trade out, but Precision's already on an absolute rampage. Finds Corsonics down to the 2v4. And you're right, this could be the first round for Noble to put on the board. Pancakes, a little bit of a lurk through the doors, finds Levi a little bit too pushed up towards the pyramid. You've got a 2v2 on this site. Definitely a little inefficient to trade, but can make it work if they play this right. Precision, oh, he just needs to wait for the timing. 2v2 now. Very, very doable playing behind these pyramids. The spike is being planted. Pancakes with a Vandal, good from range. Those stars are starting to come down. What can they do with it? They'll have the wall as well from the Viper. That is going to make things so challenging to push into. Still, B-Dog is very, very far away. Has a crossfire in through the doors. You actually see EZ5 backing away completely. Are they looking for the post-plant mollies? It looks like
I'd imagine
they are.
they have them.
Well, here they come. One goes in. It might be a little bit out of position. No, seems to be good. Spike is ticking. B-Dog ready for the swing. There's going to be the defuse. A little bit of bad communication, but nevertheless, EZ5 win a round they maybe should not have. They're up by 6 rounds. Undefeated so far on this map.
Yeah, really strong look out of EZ5, especially the resiliency to bounce back into that one. I want to question the efficacy of Astra on this map a little bit, because I feel like we've seen really nothing get done thus far with CK's utility. Like, there hasn't been too many situations where they're able to use it because there's just so much open space. It's hard to cordon people off into a grav well. Maybe towards kind of A main off that little offshoot where it's a bit more close quarters, maybe in towards B main, but it's not as easy on a map like Bind or like Ascent. You really got to be working for it. You really have to have the communication up. And right now we're seeing just a lot of little errors out of Noble, a lot of little miscommunications, and those kind of paper cuts really add up to harm you. They're down 6-0. Tac pause called here, and I like the timing. Fix this before it gets out of hand, because if you're losing any more than 6 rounds on your defensive side, I start to get a little bit worried, especially when it's a no duelist comp.
Yeah. Let's just take a moment to enjoy the scenery. You know, I got a timeout. We got these blue, beautiful waves. This grayscale background. It just looks so nice. As nice as EZ5's gameplay so far. We are out of the tac pause. Noble need to re-strategize. This A site's been really working for EZ5. And it's really just, I think, boils down to the Viper usage, right? Difficult to fight. Difficult to battle, and Levi once again similar as last round, running out, and he gets pushed out by the Trailblazer. Wall goes up. They're gonna get the spike down. Levi gonna try to delay at least with the snake bite for the time being, but it doesn't quite hit the mark. Still plant the spike, and now interesting strategy. All of Noble with the weapons they have are wrapping all the way back around, but it's been spotted out, and it only sacrifices one player. but still the advantage is now in favor of Noble. They're being pinched in here by EZ5. A great answer for the time being, but down to the 3v3. Still one player remains. Decop is down. And the Seeker is now going to make things very difficult. Empress has been popped. Pancake's ready with the swing. Shots good for one onto Governor. It's the double duelist. This is the last two players that you want in this scenario, especially with the Empress pop. Great cross. Still down to one final player. Precision trying to force the issue, but there's Pancake's. Job well done. Round number 7 in the bag for EZ5.
I feel like we kind of just got to chalk up that clutch to the duels, but I liked the kind of more the more macro we were seeing out of Noble in that one. They have a 4-man flank to work with. They know that generally EZ5 hasn't been committing too much to holding the flank, and well, they were right. They found a couple frags out of it, recovered some weapons, but unfortunately for them, it was Pancakes and Governor, and name a more iconic duo to shut down a play than them. For Noble, Tac Pause wasn't able to net him around. They have enough money to buy back into things, and as we delve down the barrel of the cannon, Noble, they're looking down the barrel of a gun. 5 rounds left in the half, and I mean, I'd like to see them getting at least 4 to keep this competitive.
Another interesting answer. They're just trying to cut off some of the sight lines. I still think they're going to be able to get onto the site for free. Get a spike planted. Payan's going to have the most toughest job in the world. But based off of this nerd cam, he might be able to get a little bit more. But they have a pit of their own. That is just easily nullifying everything that they have going for them, which was this denial through the doors. Payan's playing up close and personal. Spray there available. B-Dog is down. Governor just waiting to pop through the pit as Payan is spraying through. Doesn't find anything on the opposite side, but now they're just ready to go in. Governor maybe biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Frosty will tell him to sit down real quick, but this cam not gonna find anything. Neural theft, where are these players located? They might have to run, they might have to hide. Still, Frosty's gonna find another. Down to just 3 players here for EZ5, make it 2. Pancakes finds one on the way out, but it's a 2v3 now. The spike is currently being diffused. Gucci says no, not today. The pit is still up and it's just down to Precision. The spike's ticking and it's going fast. 1v1 Precision, but he's got no time. Round number 8 for EZ5.
Oh, it's so painful for Precision. He did everything right, but he just did it a little too slow. Isolating the duels kills everyone on EZ5, but the economy's still bountiful. It doesn't really matter. Noble, what is their solution? They changed so much up that round. They had Payan on the Cypher tucked in, but his trip setup was rather passive. I questioned the Cypher pick going into this one, and thus far, I haven't really seen too much to convince me that it's gonna be the meta here on Breeze. As well as that pit from Levi, it was really cool. Like that kind of blocked out the double doors from mid. It blocked out all of kind of the upper halls there, but I mean, EZ5 hasn't been abusing that too much. Occasionally, they'll split through double doors, but it's almost always just a straight-up A hit. However, Noble reclearing some space here. Maybe a flank underway as it's Gov taking so much control of this site. Precision, though, shuts it down.
Oh, and they get gravity weld as well. Very well done. There's surely no way that EZ5 bring this one back. Very, very well done. And, you know, for EZ5, kind of that thought process of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, they fixed it thinking that it was broke, but it wasn't. But now at the bare minimum, Corsonics able to find 2 picks on the way out will definitely make it a little bit expensive, but they didn't really bring anything anyways. All these weapons that are now gathered are only going to benefit Noble moving into this next round. Ooh, but the op for Gov, interesting to see that come out. How does that play out?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do with it. A really strong work from Precision. Like, we just got to hand it to him on an individual level. He was kind of the hero rifle going into this one, and I don't think the gravity well actually hit them whatsoever, but it did force them back. So, finally seeing some good impact out of that Astra utility. You'd love to see it. And into this round for Noble, the question is, can they find consistency? Because the buy's still a little bit weird. ZK onto a Marshall. Rest of his team will have weaponry, but they have to contend with Gov on the op. They haven't had to do this just yet. Payan, is he aware that's an operator, or does he just know it's a player? Because Precision is close in, could blind out Gov, could get this done. It's Pancakes falling away from the wall.
Yeah, but on the opposite side, Precision laying in wait. One quick pop flash and it's over. You could see the tailwind having to be expended. I'd say that's a worth trade because Gov is going to need 2 picks to get that tailwind back, and you still have a guiding light at your disposal here. Okay, Precision gonna back away though from that angle, and it's just down to Payan to hold off this A site. They have the toxic screen. They've got Seekers ready to go as well. Camera has been taken down. Here comes the execute. Seekers as well. The cage to try to slow them down, but this time no cam to see where could they be. But a quick spray, a great tag. 2 players already down as they're just falling in line one at a time. Precision. So good on the positioning. That's the op down now as well. Just down to Gov in a 1v5. A flawless round for Noble. Finally, they find some momentum. 2 rounds underneath their belt. How many more can they find on this half?
Well, they're going to force EZ5 to change things up, but the question is, what is the new solution out of this camp? I like this nice and early tack plus. You lose 2 rounds, you instantly reset. Do not give Noble a door into this game, because of course, this is their pick. This is kind of their road to victory. If EZ5 can pick this one up, they go into Haven. A very strong map for them, but Noble clearly warmed up, clearly fighting. Precision especially finding great impact there. And in a no duelist comp for Precision, I think he's really probably one of the most important players because he has the only blinds that can really make that aggression happen. And we've seen it thus far. He'll blind out towards that A main. He'll find himself some impact nice and early on, and that's something that I felt like Noble was lacking. They were playing so incredibly passive and just getting rolled over by the quick executes of EZ5. So it's good adaptation, but now it's EZ5's turn to adapt back as they have both duelists with the ulti up and a resurrection as well.
Yeah, one of the big things here for EZ5 is that their defensive side is a little bit tougher to hold on to, and especially with the double duelists, you're going to be having a little bit of a struggle because you're not going to be able to, the threat of the duelist is not going to be enough to stop 5 players just pushing on in. So for EZ5, they're likely to lose this round based on the weapons that they have. Can they get that 9th round? That's really what they want, to give them enough padding to work through that second half. Let's see what that looks like. Initial combat here, Pancakes versus Precision. Precision falls. It's going to be an interesting position for EZ5. So far, he is still healthy as Pancakes will fall. Governor almost gets the better here of Frosty. Doesn't take any damage, but he's going to have to back away from that angle.
Interesting Nebula, actually. Up on top of that wall there. I'm guessing that kind of blocks some of these deeper sight lines off. And act as a gravel as well, if necessary, to try and pull someone pushing elbow. So an interesting one there, but talk about strange setups. Nice little boost out of B-Dog here. They recovered this operator in the previous round. He's trying to make something work, but his footing will fall away. As for EZ5, they've guarded a lot of space, and they're still unknown. They're walking up here. B-Dog might not be ready for this. Cam should show, but Precision... What is going on? Everyone's circumventing each other.
Yeah, B-Dog still ends up falling in the process. Now Frosty's just getting a little bit of a look into the A side. Precision's on the lurk, and I'm sure they're aware.
Whoa.
Shot's going to be good for Pancakes. This Thrifty's slowly starting to develop. This is not something I had anticipated based on the positioning. Now an op here in the hands of Gucci and the Blade Storm as well, still available for Governor. Frosty trying to figure out what to do. Levi pushing in, trying to help out the push on the opposite side here for Pain. Remember, they don't really have the best weapons, so they can still try to fight for this. The Blades come through, but it's not even the Blades that finish the deal. Down to just Pain. And everyone can swing off of that. What a round from EZ5. Surely that was Nobles to hold. They lost everything.
Oh, that was so perfect from them. I think they had a bit of an over-reliance on the op from B-Dog because they had that setup. They were committing in towards A main, but there's never been a look for EZ5 where it's just aggression up mid. They catch really a nasty timing to be able to walk out onto site, find those initial frags, and to be able to shut everything down. The recovered operator from Gucci was the weapon to close things out, and that's got to sting if you're Noble, because now we're on the cusp of what could be a 10-2 half. Money's still up for this Noble squad. Actually, operator reinvested. I believe that's onto ZK as one as well for Governor. This is an aggro play. Levi boosted up and over his Viper wall, trying to get something done in mid.
Governor, he's not going to be super aware of this. Looking up, shots.
What? How?
Oh my god, there's still a player on the opposite side. And they're at least aware of it. Quick trade. B-Dog for Pancakes. And Governor is stuck because Precision's on the opposite side. Oh, he's just waiting for Frosty to peek. Gets into the astral form there for a second. He's like, no. Gov in a lot of trouble here, as this pillar is not going to be very helpful. Governor knows that he's in a lot of trouble. The jumping classic, and now one more to peek. Precision's got it all. just down to Corsonics. Seekers, of course, now going to spot out where Corsonics is at least momentarily located. Here's the swing. Guiding Light's not going to find anything. And Precision, man, what an impressive Sky player. Very, very well done there. And really, just Governor was just in trouble. The moment he finds that pick, it was over. He was not surviving that pillar. And you saw lots of members from EZ5 come out to help. They all got slaughtered by Precision.
It's just a Precision diff. Every single round that Noble won was a multi-kill out of Precision. He's at 21 frags. His next best teammate at 9. This guy is just on fire. And that's great and all, but the thing about EZ5 is that they have consistency. All of these players fragging out in the server right now. The coordination looking excellent. They had a bit of trouble towards the end, but I think they had good adaptation with that mid walk-up. So very respectable half, but still winnable. If Noble can take this pistol and kind of bring things back under their direction, maybe they can still take this map. It is, of course, their map choice, so lots of stock leaning into this one for the grand finals. Pistol round will kick off with Governor taking position up towards Halls.
Well, now Noble have the opportunity to do exactly what EZ5 did for the past few rounds. Snake bite, will that be able to delay? No, not going to be quite in the correct angle. Precision gets tagged very low now. Pancakes on the flank, and this is something that's a little bit different. Noble did this just once. Already engagements on the site itself. A quick trade. Decop in a battle as well, and it's just going swimmingly for EZ5. Just down to 2 players. Make it 1. The backstab is great. EZ5 had such a great hold on retaking the A site. Very, very well done. That puts them at double digits. A lot more to work with now moving into this second half, but do I even need to say Marshall's on deck? Like, it's coming. They're forcing up.
That round just didn't feel convincing for me whatsoever from what Noble was showing. Like, they hold on to that post plant. They're aware that a flank's coming through because they had a lurker up towards Halls, but then Pancake just runs up behind Precision, and there's no comp for Precision. He's completely blindsided by that push. So I don't really know what was going on there in the comms of Noble, but it feels like there was probably some chaos, and in that chaos, it was just EZ5 to strive to come out on top. It's another force buy for Noble. Last time, this did not go too well. We'll have to see if they can do anything different, because they could be facing 11-3, a scoreline that you never want to see.
Well, that's the first Marshall gone. Might be another player gone as well. Quick trade. Either that wasn't a Marshall gone. 4v4. Look at this position from Gucci. There is a tripwire here, so he can't quite play for it accordingly. He finds the information that's needed, and that's all that matters. You even see the rotates now coming in for EZ5, but Noble playing the mid round just like EZ5 is known to play the mid round as well. Pulling all the members over towards B. Now, of course, the bird towards the hall.
Bit of a positioning spotted here. Precision still looking for a fight early on, but the rotates are very swift from EZ5. However, that has left them abandoning this B site, and the fake is getting sold further. Precision trying to fight his way past it. B-Dog spotted, so now they know 2 are towards the A side, but there's still a man looking to catch off guard this B play. Now, EZ5 have to be aware, but it stays this 4v4. However, they're hunting. Perfect frag out of Decop, sets up the advantage in the retake.
4v3. Pings are starting to come out. This Marshall is going to be a little bit problematic, or these Marshalls rather, plural, because these angles are perfect for the way that this spike is set up. Wall, though, now going out. I like how they waited to use it. Now they might be using it to try to enter the site. Shots are starting to come through. Decop gets tagged, and these tags are starting to hurt. These players are getting very, very injured. And these battles are happening in favor of Noble, 1 at a time, just down to 2v2. Governor now starting to get in deep, but he gets sprayed right through the smoke. Very, very well done from Noble. They played to their strengths, and their strengths are Marshalls.
Yeah, that it does seem to be, and honestly, I don't know if I can even credit the Marshalls fully there, because there's just a really strong mid-round out of the side of Noble. They put some pressure towards B, initially catch Gucci off guard on his aggression, force him to fall back, so they rotate on over to support. Then Precision practically single-handedly is able to sell a tad bit of a fake over towards the A side, and it's just well read in general. They walk onto that B side eventually completely free, and that's where the Marshals are good, in the post plant, in the long angles, when EZ5 has nothing to isolate those duels, because I believe at that point their Sky was already dead. So bit unfortunate turn here in this round, not looking too much better. Great start there from Levi's. It should just be the lesser by getting dismantled, providing that EZ5 can't pull off something crazy.
I don't think I've seen a single snake bite land to try to stop a plant on both sides, to be fair. So I don't know. I'm maybe we'll see some better accuracy or some higher accuracy during VCT, but it seems like a tough one to land. Okay, let's pay attention to the round though. Gooch finds one. Now the push starts to come through, and this is where I expect the firing squad. Shorty's gonna find another. Okay, but this is the bonus anyways. Just down to Corsonics. He's looking for some damage as well. He's gonna find it. Finds an upgrade. Okay, things are a little bit more interesting now. He might be just be looking for those frags. Oh, so close. Onto that final player, or one of the final players, Levi there. But still, Noble will win that round, and we'll get the gun round coming in for EZ5.
I don't know if we talked about it, but I think it is interesting that Levi is playing Viper. He's been known to be a bit of a Sova one-trick, so it's nice to see him spicing things up. The man is good with his lineups no matter what agent you put him on, but he's having a rough one this game, let's be honest. 1-13 on the scoreline. He is still doing his job with the Viper utility, so I can't fully fault him, but obviously like to see everyone being able to pick things up just a tad bit more. Now, for Noble, good ults to work with. They have the wall for Master, they have the Seekers, and try and get something aggressive here. It's Pancakes instead to set the pace. Heals up, Marshall shot misses, second tag does connect, but the advantage held on to. EZ5 looking good, and this is just so weird. Back to back, Viper v Viper, the Cosmic Divide. As it falls, that'll decide who comes out on top.
Oh, and Levi has like no idea that a snake bite just flew right over his head. That is hilarious. Okay, well, Gucci actually finally walks in, and he's got a nice, great visual here. Oh, you can't swing on that! Somehow Frosty gets two. Very, very interesting. Resurrection, they really want to win this one. Put themselves up to 11. Defuse is now going to start to come through, and of course the post-plant position. Payne with almost 3 frags. Now, they will get the defuse regardless. They've committed so much. Resurrection, all the utility, and they win the round, but it cost them everything. Look at the economy. It is brutal now for EZ5.
Yeah. That post plant was so cruel too. I'm not sure if you caught it right at the end, but B-Dog was towards mid, boosted up on a Sage well, so he could see up and over through mid doors and was able to kind of spot off guard everyone in that position. He's been sneaky with these boosts thus far on the Sage, so it is interesting to see a little bit of that tech coming out. You can see the preparation from Noble, but I mean, you can't really prepare when they just slap down a Sage wall and hold things off. Unfortunate for Noble. That round's definitely going to be hurting as it's EZ5 only 2 away from closing out the map. However, Noble, another chance at this post plant, as actually EZ5 very aggressive down mid. There's going to be a flank underway. Last time there wasn't a solution to this for Noble, and just through the smoke. B-Dog unlucky.
They're one of these moments that I'm super scared for Noble, because they still have a chance. They still have the superior weaponry. Frosty. Another one goes down. It's just down to 2 final players. How is this happening? Precision's now going to get caught from the opposite side. Down to just 1 final player. Frosty, he's going to find 2. But it's a 1v3 now. They've got all this utility that they can use. There's going to be a wall that goes up while he's in the astral form. He's like, damn, there's a wall there. At least the gravity well is going to stop from defusing. But now he's got to force the issue and push up. And they can just play cat and mouse with him all day. Match point for the map pick of Noble. But it's EZ5 that is so far up on these rounds. Match point. You love to see that type of backstab. Very well done.
Yeah, you really do like to see that. This is the second round now where that has happened. The second round where it's come into advantage. I almost feel like Noble is getting so trapped into wanting to commit to these set plays, because they have this creative post plan. They can fall back, play up the lineups, they can get B-Dog up on the boost. They can do all these things, but EZ5 is a very hard team to play against because they disrespect structure. They play very, very loose. They're fine to just get aggressive when they want to. And a team like Noble that seems kind of very stuck in to this slower style of play, to this more strategic style of play with no duelists, is definitely having a tough time against them. Look at the boost there. Decop one. Trade's good. But now Corsonics again making this play forward. Shut down from B-Dog. But Gov's on the flank. Gov's always on the flank.
And Payne's actually just trying to cover the flank, but a little bit unfortunate due to the timing. He might be able to see Governor here. No. Oh, shots from behind. It's going to force Governor in, and he's going to get punished as a result. The spike, of course, gets planted. Pancakes in a very unique position. Knows that there's players on the opposite side, but Frosty's going to see his head and just duck diving and dodging in and around Noble. 1v3 now. EZ5 just down to Gucci. This was a little bit of like a overconfident round, I think, out of EZ5. They had the boost, they had Governor on the flank. It just had so many moments where I felt like they were more in control than they actually were.
Yeah.
And Noble just played their game.
Yeah, I mean, Noble just kind of changed the pace on him there. It was very quick, execute out onto the side. I love that Sage wall because it makes anyone attempting to fight you, it puts them in a really awkward position with just that head showing, and the classic right click will do in a fight like that. So 6 rounds away. Could be doable for Noble to bring this to overtime, but EZ5 right now, as long as they can kind of continue this steady pace, this steady course, they should be able to close this one out fairly cleanly. Bit of a change towards this A site. No funky business with a boost this time. Actually, there might be because he's sitting back triple, and previously we've seen him boost. Yep, there he goes again. Decop up in a creative position. Dog won't see him though, so could get something done up here.
Oh, B-Dog actually makes it in. There's 2 players up there. Now this is special. Slow orb coming in. B-Dog's gonna find one, at least for the time being, but they don't know that there's another player there. B-Dog, can you find another? It's precision. Oh no, not like this. Down to the 3v5. The flash for Corsonics to try to get in. And there's a player, Payin, that's managed to flank all the way back around. And that is a big problem. 1 player remaining. Corsonics finds at least one on the way out, but again, Noble really playing this one very intelligently to counter a lot of this pressure that EZ5 has been trying to create on their defense.
EZ5 really can't get over Zealous here. This is a very losable game. 5 rounds away from overtime. I feel like someone's been watching too many Grim videos on YouTube. Like, it's an off angle. Cool, but the utility on these executes have been so strong from Noble. There's always been a Sky Flash in position from Precision. They're completely blinded out. Can't shut down the initial execute. And it felt overcommitted to. Like, Gov could have dropped after his teammate died, but he stays up there, stays around for the fight. Not going to work out. This time it's 5 stacking towards A. He's running it down with a judge, and it stays even. Good for a trade. 4v4 here is Noble. Still looking to maybe commit in towards the A site.
But they lost their flasher. That's kind of the big problem. They've got the wall. Neural Theft's going to help out with some of the location of where the players are located. But now that at least it's delaying them from pushing in, they can't quite get into this A site. Frosty's still going to find a pick for the time being. But now there's a flank currently being developed by Decop. There are trips. There are things to kind of counteract that. But for the time being, Noble are just kind of stuck. And we've seen what players that are stuck, what happens. We saw in that last series on Icebox. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, but now they're finally going to start to execute. Still, the flashes are being a little bit problematic. Gucci here, waiting on the opposite side with the Spectre, but they're just trying to find their way in, trying to find a safe plant, trying to find something safe. If they can, Gucci finds one, but it's just down to Decop. I like the attempt. I like the effort. It definitely made an impact, but it wasn't enough of an impact to close out the map. Still, though, Decop, 1v3. Definitely find a pick. Maybe 2. Got a lot of work to do that, though. There's lots of utility all around, forbidding him from getting the angles he wants. E-Dog up on the bridge. Frosty behind triple. Levi on the doors cross.
This round's over. Just got to be the save committed out of Decop. I didn't hate that from EZ5. Get some aggression in there. I thought the Viper wall was cool because you also see it extends into mid a little bit, which allows that fight up past doors if you so choose to take it. But regardless, it is another one for Noble. Now, they're only 4 away from taking things into an OT here, but EZ5, they'll have the buyback in with guns. What's their solution to this A site? I might like to see aggression, honestly. I thought Gov kind of running it down with the judge. It wasn't perfect. It got a 1-for-1 trade, but I think if they commit a little bit more to that fight, to that aggression, they could get something done. I feel like it's been kind of half and half, right? Like they played these weird off angles, so they lose some opening duels, and there's not a whole ton of trade potential. So I'd like to either see them commit to the aggression or just kind of more fully commit into playing passive, into hunkering down with utility, and with Gov on and off, aggression, well, that's all he knows.
Oh, wow. Great opening pick. This could be it, but Noble, for the first time in a long time, looking over towards the B site. Seekers have been popped to try to sell this A hit, but of course, Corsonics knows that there's a lot of action coming, and it's coming fast towards the B site.
Yeah, Corsonics still holding, just needs to bide time here, and he has the utility to do so. Skybird forward, trying to take a fight, doesn't happen. He's in for a duel here.
Yeah, gonna be a little bit tricky around the pillar. Wall goes up, but people are wrapping around from behind. Payne, he's got to be a little bit careful. Up close and personal, D-Cup gets punished. Governor, oh, still Spike not planted. That's a great pick for Corsonics. And they've got the control for the time being. Spike has been picked up. Uchi finds another one. Down to the 2v2. The Viper spit goes up, and this is going to be good for now because the Spike needs to make its way over somewhere. But Payne's running, and he's about to get backstabbed, but he's Steve. Oh no, not for long. Just down to one final player. It's precision. But Mimi, this is who you want in a 1v2 like this. Trailblazer going hunting. Here comes the flash, letting the bird kind of die out. Down to the 1v1. Just Gov, but the Spike's been picked up, but they're both running. Precision has got the bigger brain play. Governor out with his knife. Oh my goodness, Precision. How could you do him like that? How?
Who else but him? Who else but him to do him like that? Governor, again, maybe just getting a little overconfident up onto the updraft there. Thought that Precision would fully commit to the run, and in the 50-50, it's almost always Precision to win those out. I mean, he's so smart, right? Like the fake flash into that little sneaky play. I don't know. You love to be able to watch it. EZ5 again on the Sheriffs. This is probably double digits for Noble. Not like this, EZ5. Don't let this slip away from you now. And I felt like the A-site defense there, it just was completely unprepared, but we'll have to wait to talk about that because the aggression's out. Gulf has knives now.
That's scary. Judge coming out as well. Oh my goodness. It's down to just 2 players already making one. What is happening? Levi's like, god damn. Talk about this slipping away. Okay, down the garbage chute. Just baiting out one for now. Levi finds one on the bait. They've got full control of the Spike. Levi, if you come out here with the ace, that would be hella impressive. But the